Just don't tell me you don't like fire trucks. But what if I told you that in scale modeling, where green and gray armor dominates, there are actually quite a few fire trucks. And today, we're going to talk about them. Before we start, subscribe, become a sponsor, support the project. Let's go. 10th place, HLF 20 Varus and TLF 1625 from Revel. Kicking off our list, we have two modern European fire trucks, HLF 20 Varus and TLF 1625 from Revel, both in 1/24th scale. These are big models, packed with details, and sure to stand out in any collection. But here's the catch. They're not for the faint of heart. Building these kits requires patience and precision. The body, the equipment, the insane amount of tiny parts. If you enjoy complex builds, you'll love it. If not, well, be ready for a challenge. Fire trucks aren't exactly the most popular category in scale modeling, but these two definitely deserve attention. So, if you're looking for something unique, HLF 20 Varus and TLF 1625 could be an exciting project. At 9th place, we have the Rosenbauer Panther from Hasegawa in 1/72nd scale, an airport fire truck built to handle the most extreme fires on runways. As for the model itself, it's classic Hasegawa. Simple, without excessive detailing, but still looks impressive. However, the 1/72nd scale feels a bit too small for a vehicle like this, and if you want more detail, you'll need to upgrade it yourself. But overall, if you're into unique vehicles and want something out of the ordinary in your collection, the Rosenbauer Panther is definitely worth a look. 8th place, Ace, British FV6, 51, Mark 6, Salamander Fire Truck. At 8th place, we have the British FV6, 51 Mark 6, Salamander Fire Truck Mark 6, Salamander Airport Fire Truck in 1/72nd scale from ACE. This vehicle was used by the Royal Air Force for emergency aircraft firefighting and looked surprisingly futuristic for its time. Now, about the model, well, it's ACE, so be prepared for a challenge. Thin parts, tricky fit, and let's just say a lot of patience is required. Cleaning up seams and flash will be part of the process. But for fans of British aviation and airfield equipment, this is the only option in 1/72nd scale, so there's not much choice. If you're into rare builds and don't mind putting in the extra work, the FV651 Salamander could be an interesting project. At 7th place, we have a classic German fire truck with a ladder, the DLK 2312 Mercedes-Benz 1419 from Revel. This isn't an airport fire truck, but a city fire engine widely used across Europe since the 1980s. As for the model, Revel did a solid job. The kit includes a well-detailed ladder, a nicely designed cab, and overall, it looks great. However, the assembly can be tricky. Some fit issues, and the ladder requires extra care to make sure it doesn't end up crooked. If you're into urban fire trucks, the DLK 2312 is a good choice, but be ready for some challenges during the build. At 6th place, we have a compact yet practical fire department vehicle, the Mercedes-Benz G 230 in 1/24th scale from Italeri. In real life, these vehicles were used by fire departments worldwide for patrols, reconnaissance, and crew transport to difficult terrain. As for the model, it's Italeri, so there are both pros and cons. On the plus side, it's a unique choice, since fire department SUVs aren't that common in modeling. On the downside, the detailing is average, the interior's simple, and some smaller parts could have been better designed. But if you're looking for a small yet unusual fire vehicle for your collection, the Mercedes-Benz G230 is a solid pick. At 5th place, we have a legendary Soviet fire truck, the AC-40. This vehicle was used throughout the USSR, but it is especially famous for its role in the Chernobyl disaster response. It was this very model that first arrived at the reactor on the night of April 26, 1986, as firefighters risked their lives to contain the blaze. As for the model, there aren't many options, but it does exist. It's a recognizable, tough-looking truck, And for fans of Soviet vehicles, it's a great addition to any collection. If you're interested in both fire trucks and history, the AC-40 is definitely worth having. At fourth place, we have a true classic of German firefighting during World War II, the L1500S LF8, with TSA trailer from Mini Art. This truck was used both in civilian and military roles, providing fire suppression in cities and at Luftwaffe airfields. As for the model, it's Mini Art, which means an insane amount of details. Great detailing, delicate parts, but also a challenging build. The TSA trailer and small body elements require extra patience. If you're into historical fire trucks and don't mind a complex but rewarding build, the L1500 SLF8 from Mini Art is a fantastic choice. At third place, we have a true retro classic, the Model T 1914 fire truck from ICM. This is one of the most iconic fire trucks of the early 20th century, based on the legendary Ford Model T, widely used in both the US and Europe. One of the best things about this model, it's available in two scales, 1/35th, great for dioramas and military collections, 1/24th, perfect for those who love highly detailed classic cars. The kit itself is very atmospheric. Wooden ladders, vintage headlights, open cabin. But the build can be tricky, especially if you aim for maximum detailing. If you're a fan of retro fire trucks, the Model T 1914 fire truck from ICM is a fantastic addition to any collection. At second place, we have an absolute giant, the Maisie 7310-based fire truck from Trumpeter in 1/35 scale. This is a massive heavy-duty vehicle, built on the chassis of a military multi-axle truck, originally designed for transporting rockets and heavy equipment. The size of this model is truly impressive. Even in 1/35th scale, it looks gigantic. The huge cab, long body, and oversized wheels make this a true monster among fire trucks. The build isn't the easiest, but Trumpeter delivers solid quality, good detailing, decent fit, but definitely a kit that requires patience. If you're looking for something truly massive and eye-catching, the MAZ 7310 fire truck is one of the most spectacular choices. And finally, taking the top spot, we have a true legend of American firefighting, the American LaFrance from Trumpeter. This 1/25th scale fire truck perfectly captures the style and spirit of mid-20th century American fire engines. What stands out immediately? Chrome details, a massive ladder, a powerful body, and an iconic design. This truck is a symbol of U.S. fire departments, and Trumpeter has done an excellent job of bringing its realism to life. But be warned, this isn't a beginner-friendly kit. The detailing is intricate. There are a lot of parts, and assembly requires patience, especially if you want to recreate that classic shine and polished look. If you're a fan of American classics and want to build one of the most iconic fire trucks ever, the American LaFrance from Trumpeter is the ultimate choice. That's our top 10 fire trucks. From modern beasts to legendary classics, these kits are all worth a look. Now it's your turn. Which model did you like the most? Do you have a favorite that didn't make the list? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future videos, and leave a like to support the content. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.